Hey YouTube, I have a thing here I want to show you guys. I got this at Walmart for a neighborhood of 30 bucks yesterday afternoon. I've had a chance to put it through its paces, and I want y'all to see this, especially if you have solar power setup or if you need some kind of small to medium backup power. So let me show you this real quick, and as of now I stand behind it. We'll see what happens as time goes on. If you need a small inverter, to do a small to medium job, this is perhaps at the moment, and I say this with extreme reservation, at the moment, this is a good buy. I bought this yesterday, and I've put it through its paces overnight to see exactly what it could handle. This little inverter is rock solid. Schumacher makes this. It says 410 watts, but this thing actually will do more, a little bit more than what it's rated at, and it will perform above the surge rating that is on this. And how do I know this? Because I tried to run this. I ran this as the first thing I plugged into it to see, not the light, but this fridge. Now I know from experience this fridge pulls about 1,000 watts surge when this thing first kicks off, because I've had a kilowatt on it years ago, and I know what it can do, what kind of loads it makes. Of course, it goes down to about, and this is surprising, it actually goes down to about 75 watts when it's running after a while. But I have always, with that fridge, I have always had to have at least a 500 watt inverter to kick it off, and the 500 watt inverter would always protest. This one did it with no hiccups. This one actually had enough surge that when it kicked it off, the first time I had waited too short to turn it back on, and the motor was able to kick off on overload. This provided enough power and enough surge that motor was actually able to cut out on that with the safeties. So it says 800 watts surge, but this thing can actually do a surge much higher, and it can hold it for the amount of time specified. It comes with these. These are a little chintzy. I would have liked to have seen heavier cables, but looks like little, just chintzy little battery clamps. Reasonably heavy wire, I suppose, for 400 watt. I'd go with a higher or lower gauge than this, but it worked. It didn't brown out while it was trying to power that. It also comes with this, little cigarette lighter with ring connectors, so you can run it in your car. The caveat there is this thing will only do about 100 watts in most cases in a car, because you have a 15 amp fuse in your cigarette lighter plug to a 20 amp fuse. It'll usually pop out if you try to draw more, but this thing somehow knows when it hits 100 watts not to go past that. It gives you trouble. Well, it lets you know, and it won't let you do it. At least that's what I've been told. I haven't tried it in that application. I have run it on the cigarette lighter plug running small loads to see how good the power output was, as far as cleanliness of the waveform. It's a modified sine wave, so you're not getting anything super spectacular. What you're getting, though, is a good performer. The added plus on this thing was that this had a USB port, and it will charge an Ipod. It's a true 2 amp output on the USB cable. Other things to note: fuses are user replaceable. These are the good stake-on type, or not stake-on, whatever you want to call them. They are the good ring type connectors. They have solid lugs inside there below that really good plastic. It's not that cheap plastic like you see on a lot of things. Fan is intelligent. It's the first small inverter I've ever seen that if it doesn't need it, the fan doesn't run. And it's wattage dependent, and maybe heat dependent, I'm not sure. I've never been able to run it to the point that it gets hot enough to know. Thing runs unbelievably cool. All metal construction When's the last time you saw Walmart sell an all-metal inverter? They're usually plastic, they're crap, and they don't perform anywhere close to their power rating. This one will do it. This one will absolutely do it. At least if you get this one. This is the revision B of their product. And Schumacher sells it. I don't think they make it. It's probably sold under a number of different brands, but Schumacher is the one in particular that I got. And this was a gamble to replace an inverter that I had that was on the verge of quitting, that I've been running for many years. And I needed something small load that would have a very low no current draw. This performed better than the rated no load current. I actually put a meter on it. It says it pulls less than 0.5 amp, and they were correct. It does. It actually this one pulled about 0.32, I think, is where it was pulling. So good little inverter. It's not the heaviest and it's not the lightest. I think this could probably take the vibration of riding around in a car pretty easily if you bolted it in. Looked at the circuit board. The build is pretty good. It's pretty solid. So like I said, very unusual for Walmart. Excellent product. Usually the stuff they sell is like a second-rate type thing. There's stuff you can, if you've ever taken things apart, you know what I'm talking about. If you've ever gone through things. As far as it goes, pleasantly surprised. I ran it by using various devices. I got it all the way up to its full load capacity. The thing actually carried it. It's like I said, the surge capacity exceeds what they say it will. It performs as advertised and a little better. So I would say it's probably a 500 watt inverter or a 450 watt inverter, branded, remarked down as a lower capacity, but it definitely has the reserve to be able to carry you through. So if you get a small inverter, I can't recommend this one enough. Get it before the next revision comes out. It's like I said, this is revision B of this product. Revision A was a plastic one, and I guess it was so bad that they had to change the design, because revision B is all metal, and revision B is built very good. It doesn't have any real frills. It doesn't have a fancy control panel or any of that other crap. It does. It does what it says it will do, and a little bit more. You'll be pleasantly surprised. Time will tell as far as its longevity, but so far, pretty beefy little product. I've been very happy with it, and that's just the first day. It was an eyebrow raiser, So anyway, I just thought I would put my 2 cents in. If you're looking for a good little inverter that has a very good no load current draw, this would probably be one you don't want to skip. Has the lugs for attaching to boards or firewalls or panels, and performs very well. Like I said, I can't say enough. And this is the Schumacher 410 watt 820 watt surge little power inverter. It's like I said, before they start cutting corners on this thing, you should probably get it. It's only been out on shelves for a little while, and I just happened to cross it. I was looking at a very different product, and they didn't have it anymore, and this was what they had in its place. About the same price, very good features, and you won't be disappointed. And that's all I got to say about that. Y'all have a good one, YouTube.